Hello, everybody. We are live today. What's happening out there? It's a Friday, unusual day to go live. Thought we're going to go live on Friday, see what's going on as I try to always work on technology here. Here we go. Mr. Skeptical is there. What's going on? Richard, hello, sir. What's going on? What topic? You were skeptical about the oil fields? The oil fields are hiring all over the place. I just wondered if anybody had thought about it or was considering going there, or maybe somebody's there and can tell us about it. I get ads, fed to me all the time, and I got a call. And here's the thing: we talked about the oil fields the last time that I was on here. Mr. Jim, how you doing out there? As I'm looking at another screen, here we go. There we go. Okay, right. And so I wrote to a couple of oil field places, and I got it. One of them responded within an hour. I got a response right back. They're more than interested. They said, "Come on down," or "Call them, apply," and one didn't. So I got a 50-50 response on my oil field thing. Marty, you're welcome. So I'm getting 50% back. That's not bad. And they responded like within an hour. They were back with me, So I say, if you're interested, start writing to places. I guess down there. Maybe some. I don't know why they run an ad and then don't talk to you. I don't understand it. It doesn't make any sense to me. But that's what I got. I fired off a couple emails, had a response in an hour, and the other one never heard back from them. It doesn't make any sense. Truck O, how you doing out there today? On Friday afternoon. It's an afternoon here. It may not be where you are. Sunny today. So that's the response I got from the oil fields. 50-50, which is poor. I thought I'd get a response back right away. Didn't happen. Too bad. I guess they don't want to talk to me. Maybe they saw the show and decided, oh well, I've seen that show. We don't want that guy anywhere near our trucks. So that's always a possibility as well. As always, want to throw out there, right, I have this truckinganswersnation.com. Sure to go over there, check it out. I do some corporate trainings and stuff on there, but drivers, always free for drivers, no charge, right? Not charging drivers, not doing any of that. Yeah, I know, and I was surprised at that, Mr. Skeptical, that you didn't get a response. I got one, but I was surprised that I didn't get two back. I thought I'm going to get written back right away. So, and that they responded back. That still doesn't mean I would get the job or anything like that. Of course, I would still have to apply or whatever. I assumed that they would hire me, but I didn't go so far as for applying or anything like that. But I just assume I would get the job. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't assume that, but that's what I figure, right? You're quite welcome there, Trucko, right? And yeah, I just wanted to say there's some, it says on the website there's training in that. That's for corporations. I'm more than happy to take corporations' money. I'll speak to large groups, but drivers free, can sign up for free, no charge on there. I have trainings. I'm linking training videos at truckinganswersnation.com. Will be linked up there so we can, stay compliant. I have a blog, right? I have a blog. I try to write on a blog every day. So that's up there. There's a ton of phone numbers. I'm adding phone numbers every day, all these companies, so that you can have all the phone numbers in one place in case you want to go somewhere else. You get the phone numbers are listed there. I got a page of phone numbers. So I'm going to have trucks up there. People want to send me their truck pictures. We'll post that up there. It's going to be a place for drivers, right? And, drivers, no charge, of course. There's no fee for drivers or anything like that. It's crazy. I'm here to help people. My goal is to help every driver in the whole country be compliant and understand the rules. So one person at a time. So I got to get started because I got a lot of time to. It's going to take a while. Yeah, right. Maybe they're afraid that their oil field place is going to end up on a crap company of the week video. So I'm checking in. A couple people have sent them in. These Carolina companies. This has me bothered, right? That this really low pay. So I'm going to look into that and see. They're going to be on the list next week for sure if that pans out. So always send in your suggestions for the crap company of the week. Happy to look into places, and if they're garbage, that's bad. But I am happy that companies are changing. They're changing what they do. Their pay is going up, and their policies are getting better because they just can't get anybody to work, right? We have a couple of new runs opening up that we can't find anybody. Goes from somewhere in the border of New Mexico all the way to Detroit, right? And one stop on each end. We can't find people to do that kind of stuff. So, and that's going to pay 75, right in the 75 range, right? And people don't want to do that. So, I don't know what to say. You want to find a teammate. Yeah, post that out there, right? That you want to find a teammate. And more power to you. As I say, right? Teammate, that's not for me, right? No teaming for me. But if you want to do it, that's probably other than the oil fields, probably teaming is probably the most money in trucking right now. There's places 60. I'm seeing FedEx running 72 cent a mile ads in Indianapolis for a team that comes together. And you're always better having a team together. A lot of these places will match you. They say, oh, well, we have a teammate matching service. That's like some kind of team. It's like a truck driver dating service so much. They just basically match you if you like the same kind of music and whether you smoke or not. But that's hard to know from somebody whether they can drive or anything. You don't know anybody. You got to sleep back there. So find somebody you trust for sure, right? Maybe I should put that on there too. I'll put that a page up for that. Need a teammate. You could post your information out there. That'd be interesting to do, right? That's not a bad idea. But teaming, right? More power to you. And there's tons of team freight, right? There's tons of it, and they cannot find teams. Well, U.S. Express had this 50,000 sign-on bonus, but it was only 25 cash, which is still a ton of money, and the rest of it was like in-kind vacations and stuff like that. But that's still good. That's still good money. So a lot of these places, they want teams. A lot of them. But you should come with your own teammate. How do you sleep? How are you gonna sleep? Behind somebody that's driving. If I knew the person probably my whole life, I don't know. I don't think I could do it. Many years ago, I teamed, right? I told you at BP for a while, and that I couldn't tolerate it. Every bump I thought I was dead. Every time the truck moved, I thought I'm dead, right? So in my head, I couldn't do it. I couldn't get any sleep. So after 3 days, I'd slept 3 hours. I just couldn't do it. It wasn't for me. It's good if you can do it, well, man, you're looking at cashola. That's a technical trucking term right there for I make good money. Yeah, right. See, that's the problem. Being thrown a sleeper in your drawers or whatever, right? Depending on, well, don't you forget, they have the thing, too, the straps. And they have this big netting, right, that comes over there. So I would net myself in there and pull that thing tight. So, but then you always think, oh, what if the truck turns up? I'm not going to be able to get out of this thing, too. So you got to strap yourself in. You got to strap in like you're blasting off on the space shuttle. As long as you don't smoke, you don't care. Right. I agree. Right. No smoking. You should stop smoking anyway. But, I'm not the American Cancer Society, but it costs money. But still, it's two of you in the truck smoking. Oh, my gosh. Gross. Right. We have a guy that smokes, I don't know, 2 or 3 packs of cigarettes a day. You open the door of his truck. Holy mackerel. You don't want to know what it smells like in there. Nobody would ever drive that truck. I think when he's done with it, when they turn in, he's going to have to burn it. They'll just burn the whole truck to the ground. It just stinks in there. It stinks. Right? But, you gotta be confident in the person driving. You got to have that confidence. And I just don't. I guess because I drive. Wherever we go, I drive. So being a driver, right, I just don't have the confidence. So even they go, well, I have 40 years. Well, I go, I don't know. I'm not sure. You don't have enough driving experience. It just isn't for me. But God love you, right? If you could do it, let us know how it goes and where. Do you have a place picked out? You know where you're going to go? Do you own your own truck maybe? Oh my gosh, how much money would that be? Owning your own truck. Yeah, Johnny Rod, I couldn't tolerate it. I just can't. Every bump, I think I'm coming out of the sleeper or whatever. Yeah, so you have a place to go? What are you doing? Or buying your own truck, getting your own authority? Boy, that'd be great. Oh, you have to secure my teammate in. Yeah, exactly. Shouldn't have unscared load. Exactly. Yeah. For a while they only had a couple of straps, but now I've seen, right, the truck has a gigantic net right in there that you can totally lock somebody in there. But right, Mr. Skeptical, look, me, it's solo, right? I roll alone. Day or night, it doesn't matter, right? I'm running by myself. Then I know when I crash, it's my fault. I guess it's not somebody else's fault. When I'm running into that center pillar and I think, well, at least I did this to myself. I have nobody to blame but myself. Because what if the person falls asleep? What if they have a medical problem? Oh my gosh, what if they have the radio turned up too loud, or they don't, they're talking on the phone? I don't know. There's just too many things to tolerate. They're crunching some crunch wrap up there and they drop it, Who knows? And plus, you got all your stuff in the truck. There's barely enough room for one person. It's just it's too much. I can't take it. I'm already thinking of 50 million reasons why I don't want to do it. But that's why it pays so much. That's why 60, mid 60s now, 70 plus. That's why. They can't get me to do it. So they got to raise the pay. It's about time, too. When I did it, I think we were splitting 38 cents or something back then, 30, which we thought was good money. Oh man, we're rolling in dough, making 800 bucks a week or whatever. But I think, but now it's double that. A disaster relief gig. What are you going to work in the fires, the California fires? And what do you do? What are you pulling out there? Water? Oh, do you fly the plane? Maybe no. Disaster relief gig. Do you have your own truck then? Oh, you do have your own truck. That's right, because I watched your video. Everybody should go over there, right, and watch the video as well. Right. Your own, I don't know what I'm thinking of, right? You own your own fire equipment, maybe? Right. Okay, yeah. So how do you get a gig in the disaster relief? That'd be interesting for everybody to know. How is that just posted on a board? Did somebody call you? Do you know somebody? I can't imagine it's just posted on a DAT load board. I mean, there's no way. They need enough people where they're just posting them on load boards? And that would have to pay, holy mackerel. Hello, trucking wife. Good to see you here. So what's the most miles I've gotten in one day? Yeah, people used to split 20. Yeah, I agree, right. My first job was 25 cents as a solo driver on the road. My first job was driving local in Chicago, and I got $250 a week salary. Denny's Mobile Diner. Nice. Nice. And then I got a quarter on the road. Most miles I've driven in a day. Now, this would be, I think this is past the statute of limitations, right? I left Walcott, Iowa, the world's largest truck stop, right? As I remember this day, it was a long day. And there was some storm coming across the 80s, typical in the wintertime. But it was still, at the California-Utah border. And I thought, oh, crap. They're going to close 80. It was going to be some huge storm. So I was just cruising and cruising. I just kept cruising. I filled up in Cheyenne. And I thought, oh, I still feel good. It's like 10 p.m. now, right? I drove all day. So I just kept driving. I went and headed 15 out of Salt Lake and made it to St. George, Utah, where I was out of fuel again, basically, and couldn't fill up because I couldn't log that fuel. And this is the next afternoon, and that was like 1,700 miles. And I was much younger than now in my extreme upper 30s. I probably couldn't do that, and I wouldn't do it now. But yeah, that's how far I made it all the way down to St. George, Utah, where it was like 50 degrees. And I watched that storm go across, and they did close 80. And that was a huge day, and I had to sit there until like the middle of the next day to let everything catch up with me. And so that has certainly passed the statute, so we have no problem with that. I think the statute... Oh, so you're going to feed everybody, the firefighters, hey, take some cat and dog food and stuff. There's a lot of displaced animals, okay? And me, a huge animal lover, right? Take some and to feed the dogs and cats. I always have pet food with me, by the way, people don't know that. So if I see some animal out there, I feed them. So do that. That'd be really great. But yeah, the firefighters, bring them water too, I guess, right? Because it's still huge going on out there. Robert, good afternoon, Robert. I don't want to forget anybody here as I have a screen down here. That's why I'm looking at the comments because they disappear off my phone. So that's interesting. Denny's, how do you get that kind of gig? I'm still curious. How do you get a gig where you bring chow to the firemen? That's super interesting. How that would happen. That cannot be posted anywhere. You just kind of ingratiate yourself in these things. That's the deal of staying at any company too, right? Once you stay there long enough, you can worm your way into the thing that makes you the most money, the thing that you like to do. So I tell people, find a place and stay there, because then you know the system and you can figure stuff out, and you know everybody there, and and that way you can just get yourself in and get the run you want. Oh, so you just got lucky? Well, hey, luck is just opportunity waiting for a place to happen. That's some motivational quote I read somewhere. So, but yeah, that's right. So you're ready though. You have to be ready, and so then you get lucky. And then they choose you out of the drivers, and bingo, you go feed everybody, and we're in. And then, of course, you can feed yourself too. So that's awesome. And I think that's awesome. That's how these people are going to fight these fires. Somebody like you's got to bring them food. It's trucking is everything, right? It isn't just bringing cheese around. It's bringing food to a firefighter somewhere. It's feeding pets. It's whatever. It's whatever you make it to do. That's what I posted out yesterday because I've been seeing these videos of people posting these huge checks and saying, oh, if you don't make a bunch of money, then that's you're a loser or whatever. That's ridiculous, right? You do whatever job you want to do, and if that suits what you're doing, perfect. Why is that bad? You're driving just like everybody else. You're the only driver in the country doing this. These firefighters got to be fed by somebody. But I've never heard of anybody that gets that kind of gig where they go, hey, why don't you go take food and feed people over there? I always learn new things. There's always some kind of new interesting thing in trucking that I didn't know anything about. Oh, it's a Denny's restaurant. That's pretty good. See, it's some new thing, right? I had no idea about that you could do that. That there's a way to do that and get this gig and go out there and feed firemen. I mean, that's great. You should get some kind of award because you'll be presumably not too far from the fires and stuff, not right in there, but I think that's really great. Not everybody gets that kind of chance. That's the good thing about trucking. There's all kinds of chances, all kinds of opportunities that you'd never have. People think it's just some low job or whatever. There's all kinds of stuff you'd never, ever otherwise get to do that other than driving a truck. It's fascinating. I find it fascinating. Like the guys it's like the guy in the Johnsonville Bratwurst truck. Yes, you pull that one of those gigantic grill things around. That's pretty good, right? With it running and you're driving and you have all these people following you from the bacon smell, right? That's great. Denny. So will they be able to order off a Denny's menu? That'll be. Can they have a Rudy Tooty fresh and fruity there? Okay, that's probably for California. That's probably a common phrase that they use out there, but for different reasons, I assume. Okay, so that's disparaging the California people, and we apologize because Schwarzenegger may come over and say something to me about it. I'm not sure. Okay, so we don't want that to happen, but that's fascinating. That kind of stuff is fascinating. I've gotten to do stuff, all you drivers, right? Not just me, get to do stuff that we wouldn't otherwise get to do. See things in the truck and all this kind of stuff that we wouldn't otherwise get to do just because we, provide everything that the country needs, including food for firemen. Getting the truck and trailer wrapped. Wow. Beautiful rig, mainly to feed people who lost their homes. That's pretty good. Getting it wrapped. Wow. Boy, how long does that take to wrap a whole truck? Is this a full semi? Or a food type truck, like a chow truck? Like the UPS size trucks that, I always remember Laredo, right, would cook in the truck. Oh, it's a Denny's menu. Okay, so I can order a Rudy Tooty fresh and fruity. That's great. That is great. And hams over my hammy. That's pretty awesome. That's good food in there too. We have one here in town. The wife and I go over there all the time. I love it. Right. I'm a huge fan of it. So Denny's can send me coupons or something for seeing Denny's. I don't know. That's pretty good. I would love it. 53-foot trailer, man. It's like a whole restaurant then. Have the whole Denny's menu. That is really great. See, that's something I didn't have any idea about that. I don't know if anybody else knew about this. I had no idea that Denny's provides semis for firefighters. They should announce that on, and I guess they don't want to seem like they're boasting about it, but I think it's pretty awesome. And a full sleeper and a 53-foot, that's pretty good. That is pretty good. That kind of stuff is fascinating. They're parked over here by some medical place or some big MRI truck. The trailer is an MRI. The whole trailer is a gigantic magnet. So I hope they don't turn on when they're driving. Yeah, right. I want to order from a Denny's truck. They should just drive those around, park them, and feed people wherever they are. Are they going to do more of these things if you're launching this thing now? They're going to do Denny's trucks around the country, mobile fresh and fruities. Mobile moons over my hammies. Grand slams. What's going on, Timothy, from the other side of the planet? Getting dark over there, presumably by now. Huh, that's pretty good. Yeah, Timothy is our world traveler from the other side of the earth. Hopefully he keeps a connection today. Oh, all right. Well, that's too bad. Well, I would say that's a pretty unique job. You should post pictures of that somewhere. That's pretty interesting. Right, in Italy, exactly. Home of Ferrari. and many other things, and the Pope. So, right, that's pretty interesting. I would take a bunch of pictures of that, right, and that'd probably be, that's a perfect Instagram background or something. If they wrap it with the Denny's wrap, that'd be a great kind of picture. That's your little icon picture. I think that yeah, you can always send pictures through, to Mark at. What am I doing? Mark at truckinganswersnation.com, right? And anybody can write to me there, no problem. Write to me at Mark at truckinganswersnation.com. Go on the website, check it out. Sure. Write to me, ask questions, send me pictures, whatever you want. Say if you want to have the picture up, I was thinking of putting a page up, right, of drivers' pictures, people's pictures, nation member pictures, as they say, right? And put those up because I think it's super interesting. That'd be a great picture, right? A Denny's semi truck. I've never seen such a thing. Are you the only one then? You got to have cooks and stuff. You can't run the whole place yourself. You can't run the entire shop by yourself. They have to bring cooks or whatever. Somebody's got to cook. Can't cook all these different meals up. Boy, a chef that drives a semi. Where's Gordon Ramsay when you need it? As I throw out name drop people. He may be listening too. I'm not sure. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, right? Are you cooking as well? Because I think that's super interesting. Think about opening a Trucker's Paradise 94. Yeah, along 94 where? 94 is a big highway. There, sir. Okay, so you're driving. They'll bring people to cook the Rudy Tooty Fresh and Fruities. That's pretty good. That's even better. You don't have to do anything but drive the truck. What are you going to do when the truck gets to California? Hotel it? Sleep in the truck for, I guess you could sleep in the truck for a week. That's pretty interesting. I think it's interesting. Maybe I'm the only one. I don't know. I think it's fascinating that Denny's has a semi that drives food around to firefighters. I wish Denny's would make more of a big deal about that than they do. Yeah, okay. Well, that's great. Okay. Yeah, that's good then. How do you get a job at Denny's driving a truck? I need to apply to Denny's. Only truckers, middle zone, spring up the couple trucks, but serious food, no. Yeah, 1970. I wasn't eating Denny's yet in 1970. I don't know if they were open, but in 1970, I certainly wasn't having anything to do with them. That's for sure. What do you think about this training on there too? You think that is a good idea? I mean, I'm always looking for suggestions for the website as well. I link up the training videos, and I posted this today too. I'm considering doing trainings like this, but we go through for newer drivers or anybody that wants to. We'll go through a specific topic on a live show where we'll just go dive right into on duty or sleeper or split sleeper, whatever it is, whatever that people want. Right, we'll dive right into that. That's what I'm considering doing on some live shows. And they'll be open for everybody, right? But that would be more geared towards somebody that wants to learn a specific thing. I don't know if that's a good idea or not. Oh, really? The replacement service? Huh. That's great. There's been a lot of that, too, in trucking, by the way. As you mentioned, I think about it. There's more and more of these trucking, services, like temp services almost, that have people and put them somewhere, the temp here, a temp there. Trucking companies are getting away almost from hiring people because they're finding it so difficult to get people, so they're just using temp services. But then at the temp service, you don't get all the benefits that you'd get, driving a truck. So for a regular company. And somebody asked me about that in the comments too, about a privately owned company versus a publicly owned company, or, it's a regular company. And I don't know, I looked into it. I don't know how much difference there is between a privately held company and a public company, in the driving experience. It's all going to come down to how do they treat you, what's the pay, what do you get paid for, all that kind of stuff. That's it's going to come down to, not really who owns the company. Like here, I'm at a huge place. I don't know that I've ever seen the CEO or anything. It's a big place, but a privately held company like Quickway, which we talked about, right, where all the drivers own it, I don't know. They would all still have to vote to give themselves a raise, which they probably should do. I don't exactly know the difference Would just be the working conditions, the pay, all that. I don't know if who runs it makes a difference as to how it's run. It depends. It would depend on each company. Yeah, okay. You're the right. Well, that's great that you get picked. I think it's really fascinating. It'd be really fascinating to do that. Yeah, beating the storms. It was right. Yeah, especially you don't want to be tarping in the storms too. Ryan O'Ryan, right? I watched your video. Very good video. I was out there watching it. I'm the first comment on it, so I thought that was good. Right. Are they wrong to suggest we also guess where I'm going? Yeah, I don't know about that. Right. Okay, yeah, storms. Look, some storms rolled through here yesterday. If you're running a flatbed, you don't want to be tarping in the storms. I guess it depends what you pick up. I've picked up stuff outside in flatbeds, and then they just sit it on there, and then they go, "Oh, you could you tarp that?" I'm like, "Oh, the stuff you picked up out of the mud and put on the trailer, yeah, I'll just throw some tarps on that. Yeah, we don't want that to get any more wet than it already is." I don't know, okay, Walmart is a good example of a private fleet going from great to crap. Now, look, Walmart is probably not going to make the crap company of the week. One of our drivers, it's been a couple years now, she quit and went to Walmart and says she'll never go anywhere else. They pay her to sleep in the truck. And, she's making close to 80,000 there. She doesn't touch any freight. It's just drop and hook from the DC, from Seymour, Indiana, where she runs from, to Walmart stores and then back. And then when you get your time, you get paid for it. So I don't know, that it's a bad company. Why are we thinking Walmart is turned into a crap company, Walmart Transportation? It pays really good. They have some of the highest pay in the industry, and you get Walmart discounts. Everything at Walmart's only 9 cents anyway. And then if you get a discount, almost everything is free. You can almost just take almost everything out of the store. Okay, mostly lumber and our tarp before leaving. Okay, yeah. You do get tarping fee, which I did not get when I ran a flatbed. But, they do pay for tarping. The lumber tarps are super heavy. People that don't know, they're a different tarp. It's bigger because it's big lumber load. I mainly hauled metal, although we had some wood on there, but it wasn't considered lumber. So I'd have pipes and coils and plates and sheets and all that kind of stuff on there. And that's easier to tarp, something that, is 4 inches, sitting on there in the center, 2 tarps, you're all set. Right. So you quit Walmart after 15 years. Did you just quit Walmart Transportation? And was it 15 years at Walmart, or you've been driving 15 years and just quit Walmart? Or you've been driving 15 years and quit driving, and it's because of Walmart? Because I've heard really nothing but good things from Walmart, including our driver that left to go there. Mr. Skeptical is done doing flatbed. Look, I did flatbed, was my first road job. I'd been driving a few months, and I went and did flatbed. And, I was rolling along, and I'd go to New Jersey. I remember this, right? And I'm tarping out there, flick the tarp, and the wind's blowing. I'm trying to tarp this thing. It's like 10 degrees out, and I'm like, there has to be a better way to drive a truck. And that truck did not have a passenger seat. So I'd put the tarps inside to thaw them out because they'd be frozen sitting out there. I didn't have a box for them or anything. This is before there were header boards or anything, right? On there. It was just a flat trailer. And so I thought, man, and you're just dirty. And so, that's another one of the things for me. But, if it works for you, right, you got a nice truck and trailer. So God bless you, right, another one of those. Do it. But for me, right, I just thought, man, this tarping in Jersey or whatever is just not great. Okay, right. So not too bad. Smooth as butter. Right. Okay, for you, right. And once you get used to it, it is easier to tarp. But the winter is what was horrible. And I was 21 years old, right? What do I know? I'm a stupid kid. I thought, oh, forget this, right? And I'm out of here. And basically, by the summer, I'd quit. I'd work all winter and then I'd quit from it in the summer, And I've done a curtain side trailer since then, which is easier, okay? It's a van, and the sides open up on it, but it has a roof. And that's much easier because you can strap inside of it. You just zing the thing shut, click it shut, bingo, you're done. And then it can also turn into a van, right? Okay, in June 35, you drove 15 years at Walmart and quit. Why? What is the problem at Walmart? That's for sure. Okay, how do you get a job right? Well, you just apply. They run in ads, right? The Walmart, driver job, look that up. And I mean, they're right on there. And you just add, basically. Why would you double tarp a coil? We used to have to put that paper on it, and then tarp it. Is that just to protect the coil? I don't know about that. Yeah, it can be dangerous. Okay, okay, and they'll hire you. They just lost a bunch. I don't understand it. Okay, so if they're micromanaging, have they done something different there? Because that's so frustrating, right? Leave me alone. Let me do my job. That's probably the worst part of any job at any company or working in a factory. It doesn't matter where it is. Places that micromanage you, that is just no good. That's garbage. Let me do my job. Right, and I agree on the tarping. It does have its days. But when you get a great load, it says, oh, you don't have to tarp this load, right? Perfect, right? Coil, bingo. Click, couple chains, down the road. I'm out of here. Strap over the top. That's how I used to do it, right? The road to the stores are clogged. Yeah, it depends where you are, I guess. Right here in Lafayette, there's 3 Walmarts. They're easy to get to. They have a lot of trucks parking at them. But certainly in big cities, yeah, garbage, garbage. You're stuck in traffic all day. That could be, but they still make good money. Were you not? You had to be making good money. The greeter positions. Ask for the greeter, right? That's awesome, right? They'll put you in a truck. Okay, protect the tarp, cover in canvas, then a nice tarp. All right. Well, we used to have these big sheets of paper that had like threads in it, and we would cover a coil with that and then tarp it. Okay, and depending on if it went down to the ground and what the weather was, you might tarp to them. The greased pipes, that was the worst because they would move all over the place. They would never sit there right in. They greased up your chains or straps depending on how you held them down. I never liked that kind of stuff. Plate steel, right? Easiest, couple straps, you're down the road, right? And tarp, we had to tarp. 75% of loads had to be tarp. They weren't all tarp, and I didn't get a tarp pay back then. Now they do pay it, so that helps. That increases your pay. But this Walmart thing, right? You're one of the first people I've heard say anything bad about Walmart transportation, really. They are running ads for drivers. They do run every once in a while. An ad will pop up. Go to Indianapolis. I don't know where you live, right? But they're running an ad up there because Seymour's south of there. There's probably a DC near you. You have to live within only a couple hundred miles. And you can get a job at Walmart as a driver. And I know they pay her to sleep in the truck. I don't know what it is. It's something. They get paid for the overnight sleeping in there. Yeah, pipes, the greasy pipes, look, they ruin your straps, everything. The chains get all greasy, and then you're greasy, and they slide around. They don't sit there. They're all like, oh, they're going to sit there. They don't sit there. Okay, they don't. So you put them, it stacks them, go like this, right? So they at least poke into each other, front and back. That's how we did. Okay, Dallas-Fort Worth 90% of the time, 300 miles, 8 and 10 drop and hook. See, that's not bad. Random phone audits. CPAP machine that is monitored. Okay. They monitor so they monitor whether you wear it. And what does a random phone audit mean? $50 for Walmart sleep in the truck. Okay, and then somebody said Johnny says 42, but Fast Joe says 50. Right, so we're going to determine it's at least 40. That's probably more than almost any company because I don't hardly know of anybody that pays you to sleep in the truck. Them monitoring my medical stuff, Look, if I pass a physical, okay, that's all they should need to know. They don't need to monitor my CPAP use. A phone audit, I mean, do they have drive cams too? If they have drive cams, yeah, then I guess they're not the greatest. But I haven't heard of it doing that. And look, it's drop and hook. You're not unloading the truck at least. And I know she does some double drop and hooks. She'll have to get there and then pull the trailer out, put her trailer back in, then leave again. And the trucks are pretty nice. They're newer trucks. They seem to have APUs on them. You can always park at Walmart. Even if they don't allow parking, they're going to let you park there as a Walmart truck. And it's probably open when you get there, so you can always go inside. They have a bathroom. There's, food or whatever to use. There's already people walking around in their pajamas, so you fit right in. Yeah, 42. So, your machine is monitored through an independent company through cellular. Nice. Do they make everybody do a sleep study? Because sleep study here is optional. If you want it, you can ask them and they'll pay for it. Although I don't know anyone who's volunteered for one. That's for sure. No one is going to volunteer. Why couldn't you park at the store? You're their truck. You're their truck. I see Walmart trucks parked at these stores by me. Anyway, I'll have to get in touch with her. I know somebody that's still in touch with her. I mean, we can see if she can park at the stores. Get some of this Walmart. I never knew Walmart was going to be on my crap company of the week. That's crazy. Not paying. It's like close to 80,000. Oh, so they do that. Okay, so they're doing the overweight. Everybody gets a study. So it's basically 98% of the drivers that come in. And so then they'll put you on the CPAP thing. You got to wear this mask on your face or whatever, right? That's not right. Oh yeah, well, some cities don't allow parking. I'll give you that. So it depends. If you're at a Walmart and the city doesn't allow it, then you can't park there. Correct. Right. But I think that otherwise, somewhat like here, Walmart's allowed, so you could just park in the back or whatever and go to sleep, and presumably get robbed by 9 people at night while you're in the dock area. You should park out front because that's where all the people that rob you are. Yeah, I need to find out about that. I think we've got. I think I have a driver on here. Let's talk to Sue, right? Who went over there? We need to get in touch with her. I think Dave is watching, so we need to get in touch with Sue. I think you're in touch with her. Let's find out about this Walmart deal. Give her a call. I want to know. Could she park? What's the story? Are they? They're not CPAPing her. She wasn't. She wasn't that big, so I don't think that'll be a problem with her. Okay, tell us all we want to know about Walmart. Isn't this pay $80,000? Right. So you do a dedicated Walmart, and you can park at their lots. Okay, do you not work for Walmart then? You're an out because they do a lot of third-party carriers too. But you're pulling a Walmart trailer, so you're basically a Walmart truck, right? Because I've done that kind of thing too. We'll pull a U.S. food service trailer, and that you're their truck. That's how that works. You got booted. Okay, Rhino got booted as a paying customer and haven't stopped in one. Look, I don't shop there. Okay, I shop at Meijer. It's a local. There's like 180 of them here in the Midwest. But see, you're a paying customer. That's different than being a Walmart driver. If you got a Walmart trailer, you're a Walmart driver, and that's different. You got the trailer. I think you stay there. But you getting booted out of there. Did it have signs? That's the thing. Or were there other trucks? Yeah, I think it would seem to me, look, I don't know anything more about it than you, I guess. But if you have a Walmart trailer, it seems like they'd let you park at Walmart. You say, I'm making a delivery. Maybe not in the front, but I think you could park there. You're their truck. You basically work there. That'd be like not letting the employees park in the parking lot. So, well, we don't allow cars in this parking lot for our employees. That's what it seems. Well, okay, so let's ask, what's the sleeping thing? You get to sleep in the truck and get paid, right? APU. Home weekends, maybe. How long's Walmart out? Couple weeks? I think she's out a couple weeks. But I think you can be home more than that. And you can live like a long way from their terminal too, way farther than I think you should. You don't want to go in 4 hours and then go to work. I mean, that's crazy. Live closer to work. You have to do is over the phone audit is any call over 10 minutes you can be fired. All right, so, okay, yeah, night, okay, for Walmart, right. So they're using a third party, out 5 to 6 days. But you're basically, when you pull in there, you're a Walmart driver to anybody looking because you have a Walmart trailer, and so you're Walmart. And so that's pretty good, right? That's probably a pretty good gig. So a phone call, how do they know if you're using your phone over 10 minutes? This is fascinating. I mean, any phone call over 10 minutes, why? It's unsafe over 10 minutes? How do they know if you're on your phone for more than 10 minutes at Walmart? They have a little microphone in there or something? If it's your phone, how do they know how long you're on it? That's crazy. But 8 minutes, so you could 8 minutes and hang up and go, I'll be back. Let me call you right back. I mean, that's crazy. Yeah, okay, any call over 10 minutes. It doesn't make any sense. They're saying short calls are okay, but then, longer calls are unsafe. That's crazy. Ironically, they sell phones in the stores. Yeah, phone. That's what I'm saying too, right, Rhino? A phone audit, but how do they know you're on your phone? That's my question. If you're on your phone, on your headset or whatever, how do they know you're talking on the phone? Unless they have to have a drive cam or something. They got to have a camera. There's no way to know it. They can't record you in the truck. Not the whole day, it would seem. There's no way to do this. She never mentioned that. 10 minutes waiting for that. That's got to be. And they don't do that at night. Of course, I guess night would have to have they'd have their own policy because you're now work directly for Walmart. Pull out of the DC, go to the stores. Should all be dropping hook too. Yeah, that's what I'm wondering too. Do they have the drive cams? But still, that cam doesn't record you all day. So they would have to constantly watch you, even though everybody on here says they can't. They absolutely can turn it on themselves, the same way you could turn it on with the button. Okay, Johnny says, you sign a piece of paper that says they can request your records, and you have to provide, oh my gosh. And they have Linux drive cams? They can request your phone records? So what you're saying is I got to sign a paper that says they go that I give them my phone. They go, okay, Mark, we want your cell phone records for last month, and I got to give them my cell phone records. Ah, that's crazy. That is crazy. No way am I doing that. That's all your records. That's all the calls you made. No way. Any call over an hour is automatic. You were saying 10 minutes though. Well, what? Well, they'd have to match the times to the time you're driving because you have these other calls. That how much on my brain just stopped working. How much back office time would it take to look through somebody's phone records and see a call? Then they have to look and see if you were driving at that time. That's just crazy that they would take that much time to do that. That doesn't make any sense. Yeah, okay, night, right. So they don't care. You use the phone probably with a headset. They're going to want you, every company's going to want you in a headset, right? That goes without saying. You cannot hold the phone when you're driving. You can't. You can't. Get a headset, and you got to be on a headset or a Bluetooth, whatever you want. Cannot hold the phone, right? They passed that law some time ago. Don't hold it up to your head. It's not allowed. Get a headset. You can have 6 calls at 10. Oh, I see what you're saying. Oh, that's crazy. That, who agrees to that? Is the 80 grand? I had no idea. She never said a word. Okay, well, now we're for sure. Dave, if you're watching this, Dave, right, you call her up and ask her about this phone thing, right? If you're not, I'll talk to you later today, right? And we're going to talk to Sue about this, who we know works at Walmart, and we're going to see about this. Well, Knight, since you work for Knight, that wouldn't affect you. And I didn't know Walmart used the Lytx drive cams. But since you work for Knight and just pull for them, it wouldn't make any difference, right? It's whatever Knight's policy is, and so they don't care. So just as long as you're on a headset, right, you're fine. That's the way it should be. Wear a headset and talk all you want. Once you sign, you belong to them every way, right? That's insane. I totally agree. Giving them my phone records? No way. Why don't they just ask for your credit card records in case you bought a phone? Oh my gosh, you could have 2 phones. Why don't you just have 2 phones? I'll just give them the wife's record. Oh, they're going to want the phone number. All right. Oh, perfect. What if you have a prepaid phone? Okay, and you go, I don't get a phone thing. It's prepaid. Okay, I'd buy a $20 prepaid phone and give them that phone number. And I just never use it. How about that? That's an easy way to get around that. What do you think about that? Driver got fired because he was holding the phone at night. Yeah, okay, I agree. And the reflection. Now, look, you're not allowed to hold the phone. You're not allowed to hold 2 phones is an integrity issue. I agree, but how do they know you have another phone? How about that? They have no idea. You can have as many phones. You could buy the phone at Walmart, ironically. You know, in a prepaid, there's no phone record. You don't get a bill for that phone. Yeah, I have a burner phone. That's what I'm saying. You're like some kind of, it's like you're a meth dealer or something, right? You got an extra phone. Right, an integrity issue. Look, the integrity's on their end. They don't have any right to my bills, okay? They don't. They want my car statement too? I mean, what the heck? They have a distribution center in South Carolina. Yeah, they're all over. The closest one to me is in Seymour, Indiana, which is at the 50-mile marker. You can see it from I-65. Okay, you can easily see it down there. It's huge, and they run ads all the time. I can tell you they got a cake job. Who cares about the phone? I don't know about that. You know, that's not good. You know, what if I need to make a call or something and they're looking at my phone records? Who are they to look at my phone records? They can have some kind of policy and say, you know, we're going to, yeah. They can have a policy and say, look, you can't talk on the phone, but to look at your phone records, no way. No, I'm out of that. That's not good. Right, and, okay, if anyone sees you, they have snitches.